Hey, Techno Studs, and when I say studs, I mean both students and you are awesome. Thanks for joining me. It's time for the main event. It's time for subnetting. Let's jump into subnetting. I said that this is the main reason why we're here is to learn about subnetting. So let's dig into it and find out how to do it. So in our last module, we talked a lot about IP addresses. Really, it was mainly around these concepts of classes, of breaking it down into classes so that way we had really big networks, we had moderately sized networks, and we had small networks. And we could facilitate those networks, and we had a lot more networks that we could hand out. The problem is it was still very limiting. We still only had a little over 2 million networks that we could create with that classful system. So it was very quickly realized that we're going to need to step up our game. We're going to need to be able to break that apart into smaller networks to get more networks out of it. And that's where subnetting comes into play. So in 1985, RFC 950 came out, and this is where we're going to focus in our module. We're going to talk about subnetting and learn how to do it. We're going to start out by really figuring out what subnetting is. So we'll start out by talking about what subnetting is. We'll get into subnet masks and what subnet masks look like and how it gives us more networks. We're going to get into ANDing and what ANDing is and how we can figure out network addresses from using this ANDing. And then we're going to finish this off with some demos of how to do subnetting. We'll wrap it all up so that way we are proficient at the end of this model with subnetting.